Hey everybody, here we are. We haven't done a video in a while, and basically the season's over, so wanted just to do a quick recap of how the last race went and just what we've been up to lately and what our plans are for next year. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to the driver of this machine. Actually, you can see in the background there the car's kind of torn apart a little bit. We took all the body panels off, getting ready to go through all the bearings and just check everything really good, make sure everything's square. And anyway, so that's kind of what we've been up to right now. But Luke, what do you got to say?
Well, they're halfway through that race season. I started to kind of get going, I started to figure out I could get faster and faster. And as the season kept going, I kept getting better and better and better. And I kind of forgot what was that last race was like. What race did I finish? Didn't I finish 11th or something?
Yeah.
My best race this year was probably starting 11th and finishing 6th. That was the race that I really got going, and it just felt a lot better that I could get faster and start passing a lot of cars. And I'm sure Dad's happy here that I can start getting better and faster. And you never answered my question. Are we going to the Tulsa shootout?
We haven't decided that yet. Right now we're just talking about the season.
Yeah. That first race with this car, it definitely handled a lot better. I thank all of our sponsors, Dad, and everyone who's helped us with the car along that race season when we crashed and all that. I want to thank R&D Motorsports, Parkville Cattle, Gherkin Rental, LP Church, Elite Homes Realty, and all of our sponsors for giving us a lot of money so that we could help us fix our car up. And see, we have our first little scratch on the chassis.
Yeah, you've had a couple pretty good crashes with that dare frame. It's a good old legacy car right there. So what do you think going into the off season? I know that trying to stay fresh with just your driving and improving on your corner entries and things like that. How do you think? What are the things that you think you can do in this off season to help you kind of not only stay fresh, but maybe help you learn a little bit?
Well, when was that when you fixed up the go-kart? Wasn't that
So we've got this old go-kart here from a while back that I bought years ago for the girls. We made some videos way back when the girls were about 4 or 5 of them racing this when I had it radio controlled. Well, we resurrected it and put a new Predator motor on there and put some fresh skids on it, and Luke's been going out and tearing up the backyard a little bit. We've got kind of a little grass track that he's been making some laps on. And what else do you think you're going to be working on this winter?
Just trying to get prepared for the next season, trying to practice as much as I can before it gets cold with that go-kart, because that track back there, I've definitely from the start of driving that until now, I've improved a lot.
Yeah?
And
What do you think you've improved on by driving that go-kart?
my line, my corner entry, speed, and
how do you think driving that correlates to driving a junior sprint? Because in this go-kart here, because of the small track we have back there, you're pretty sideways and driving this car around the corner with the back end out. Whereas a junior sprint, you're going to be trying to drive it as straight as possible. How do you think that compares, and how do you think that will help you to drive the junior sprint straighter?
Well, so when we started driving that, and then that next race that I raced in that, it felt really smooth because that doesn't have suspension, so it was really like
Rough.
And then when I got in this, it was so smooth, like really.
But what were you doing on that last race that I think you developed a habit of from the go-kart?
Throwing it in the corner.
Right. We can't do that on the junior sprint. Why can't we do that on the junior sprint?
Because it'll bog the motor down, and then it takes a couple seconds to get the
Yeah.
momentum back.
So you're killing time with these cars because you have to keep them straight. So you have to drive it in as straight as you can and not try to throw it in the corner. So we have to make sure we...
Yeah, that we need to practice not throwing it in the corner, and that we need to ease
Mhm.
and like that.
Yeah.
That definitely, that NASCAR game will help me improve my,
Are you talking about the video game?
yeah,
Yeah.
and the sprint car game will help for like passing and stuff. in the
Yeah, I mean, it's good to like work on your coordination skills and your reflexes, which I think that the game can help with a little bit. Obviously, you don't have the real world feel of the car, but
Yeah.
at least it's something. Yeah, so the season actually turned out not too bad. Definitely he got faster throughout the year, and he started making good improvements. He still needs to work on a lot of little things. I think the little things were the things that were biting him, because he would start in a good spot, and then he would get passed because he left the bottom open too much and somebody just snuck around him. And I mean, it didn't help that we didn't really have a good pill draw all summer.
We had like 56s and 63s all the season.
Yeah, we didn't start. I think we did start on the pole
That
or
first outside front row, and I took.
Yeah, but that was also when you kind of really hadn't found the speed yet. So, but it just comes with time and seat time. Meanwhile, we're gonna just this winter try to get the car
faster.
just get it squared up, make sure all the bearings are cleaned up and re-lubed, and make sure the shocks are good and everything else that we need to make sure of, and the car's square, and then we'll proceed with our plans for next year. Luke really wants to go to the Tulsa Shootout, but I don't think we're quite ready for that yet. I know it's some good skill. There's a lot of fast drivers. You learn from being around that, but it's also only like 3 races for a whole week, so it's a lot of time and a lot of money. But we'll see what happens. You never know. Meanwhile, we'll keep running the go-kart until it gets too cold, and we'll just keep having a good time with that. Get the car ready. We've got one of the motors that we sent off for rebuild back, and it's in the house, and so we're excited about that. And we've got one of the other motors getting freshened up, and once we're done with that, then we'll just have the finer things. If anybody's interested in sponsoring us this year, we are looking for sponsorship for 2024 to help out with the race season, with pit passes, with fuel. Right now we're traveling to Sweet Springs, Missouri to race from Lewisburg, and it's about almost a 2-hour drive each way every week, and then pit passes, obviously axles, things like that when we crash. We sure appreciate so much all of our sponsorship from this season, and I can't thank each and every one of you again how much we appreciate you. Elite Homes Realty, Gherkin Rental, Team Logistics, Park Hill Cattle, Skeeter's Barbershop, R&D Motorsports. We want to thank also
Legacy.
Legacy Chassis. We want to thank Dave Wiss. He was super supportive this year with setup information, and he is like a stand-up guy that really supports all of his drivers that owns his chassis. Even if you don't own his chassis, the first chassis we had, it wasn't a Legacy car or a Kidwell car, and he was so helpful in trying to help us get that car fast, and we couldn't have done basically what we've done this year without him. And we're super excited for next year. And again, if anybody's interested in sponsorship for 2024, reach out. We'd love to have we can put your name, your company on the side of our car, on the wing, and showcase your business, your company, and we're so grateful for the support. And again, this is probably it for now. I'll probably send out a couple little messages throughout the winter. If we end up going to the Tulsa Shootout, we'll keep everybody posted on that. In the meantime, we'll do maybe some shorts or some little quick videos of Luke on the go-kart. Other than that, I just want to thank everybody again, and till next season.
Okay. I want to thank all of our sponsors again. I kind of didn't do good. I want to thank R&D Motorsports, Gherkin Rental, Living Proof Church, Legal Homes Realty, Skeeter's Barbershop, Parkhill Cattle, Team Logistics, Legacy Chassis. I just want to thank you guys for giving us a great year this year, and thank you.